Hi, everybody. This is Andrew Ottman, broadcasting from the Bragg Building of the Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment at Middle Tennessee State University. This special edition of Out of the Blue unfortunately brings sad news to the Blue Raider community as we mourn the death of MTSU alumnus, record producer, mentor, and friend, Tay Keith. Billboard noted that Tay was known for his trap-laden production, and he enjoyed tremendous success on the Billboard Hot 100, earning 11 top 10 hits and 4 number one records, including Travis Scott's Sicko Mode and Drake's First Person Shooter. Keith currently holds the record for the most number ones on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart this decade, with 6. In a January 2020 interview with MTSU Student Voice, Tay told reporter Kobe Herman that his plan from the very beginning was to finish his degree. His quote was this: "There wouldn't have been any point for me to come to college if I didn't want to finish it. I could have just focused 100% on my music. By my last week at college, I had my first number one single, so it didn't make any sense to drop out." Joining us to tell us more about Tay's legacy and impact at Middle Tennessee State University is Dean Beverly Keel.
I got to know Tay during his senior year when he had already created a name for himself. Lots of people were telling him, "Hey, you're already working with Drake and Travis Scott. Why are you finishing a degree?" But it was so important to him. He had promised his mother that he would earn a college degree. He was the first to graduate from college in his family. In December 2018, the month he graduated, he also had a number one record with Travis Scott and a Grammy nomination. So, um, he already had a career that people were envious of before he graduated. And after he graduated, he just soared to become Billboard's Rap Producer of the Year. I was proud to name Tay Keith an honorary professor. And I think it's only fitting because, he embodied the characteristics that we want our students to have. First and foremost, he was a really good man. Even if he hadn't had all this international success, he was a good person. And he was so dedicated to MTSU and our students. And MTSU always has a presence during Grammy Week in LA, and he would always come by our party and give advice to our students. So it was only fitting that he was an honorary professor. So, um, we're all just shattered and devastated, and we all loved him so much here. And students came to MTSU because this is where Tay Keith studied. Now, what we have to focus on is preserving his legacy and providing the same foundation to the next generation of students so that they can have a life and career like Tay Keith.
Artist, songwriter, and MTSU alum Langston Blue, a friend of Tay's, attended the university with Tay from 2012 to 2016. He joins us to share his thoughts on Tay's passing and the impact his death will have upon the music community.
People saw themselves a lot like in Tay and like that their success, particularly I think a lot of like black students at MTSU and like from Memphis saw that like success was possible.
Mhm.
They saw that like people could do it. And it didn't, if you know knew Tay, he wasn't like a very extravagant person. Like yes, he had like a shiny chain and stuff like that, but like he was not like a super duper talkative person, a super duper flexer or anything like that. Like you can be good and be successful like for off just like your talent. You don't have to do like all the tricks and things of that nature. But I think like representation was what I was looking for. Representation. I think people saw a lot of themselves in Tay and saw that like if Tay Keith can make it, I can make it. He had these like attachment to not just like hits, but like superstars like Beyonce and Drake, like people that are like household international names that it go beyond just like he has a hit single. Like you worked with Beyonce, you worked with Drake. I spoke to Tay not long ago. I'm from originally from DC, and Lizzo has a new song on her album. It's called Pretty Girls, and it samples a go-go band that I grew up listening to. So to hear someone I went to college with take the sample that I grew up with in DC and have it with the hit artist, it just really like just reminds you that like the dream is like so real and to keep pushing. I think that's the thing that people will miss the most is that like when they saw take Keith, they saw that they could be successful. They saw that it's possible.